story always revolve around the main character?
Most of the time.
Most of the time? Yeah, most of the time. But not all the time, right? Have you guys ever seen Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? If you have, raise your hand. All right, I must be getting on in age. Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read.
In Lord of the Rings, the story takes place showing many different characters from their perspective of their journey. Not just Frodo, but it also shows Legolas, it shows Aragorn, and all of their trials and tribulations that they go through in the story. This uses a non-linear storytelling by disengaging one character's perspective and using another character's perspective simultaneously in the same story plot, right? But we're able to see another character. So which one is the main character? Is it Frodo? Is it Aragorn? Is it Legolas? What do you guys think?
They're
Is there a
all main characters, but they have like different perspective. So it's like refreshing, I guess.
So I want to talk about that for a second. What is a main character? The central, right? What is Lord of the Rings, right? What is the central thing that is trying to be accomplished in the entire story across all the movies and books? Throwing the ring into the volcano, right? To destroy the ring. Not everybody has watched it. That's okay. But the example is that this particular character, Frodo, is the one that holds the ring. He is the main character. The other stories are there to support that main character for resolving the conflict, which is the ring. Right? Does that make sense? So whoever has the conflict is the main character. Okay? So why do we have these side characters? What do you guys think? Sorry. We also have antagonists and we have supporting characters, and we're talking about supporting characters right now. Okay? So why do we have supporting characters in the story?
They make like the story feel lively, like, or they can be like the comic relief.
Yeah.
So it can like add more depth into the story.
Add more depth, emotional. Okay. All right. It's very good. We're going to talk about that in a second when we get to that one. But I want to go over antagonist. So an antagonist is the opposing force. Does that mean it's a person? No. An antagonist does not need to be a person. An antagonist is just an opposite force, which can be a villain, like Joker against Batman. It can be a rival, like what's a story you guys are familiar with that has a rival? Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Messi and Ronaldo.
Sure. Yeah. Right? They're the rival in their story, right? It's the opposing person. They may not be evil, but there's someone who they are challenging themselves against. Okay? It could be nature. For example, if you guys have a story about a man stranded on an island in the middle of the ocean with nobody else on it, then what does he have to contend with? It's not people, it's what? Nature. Storms, famine, dehydration, right? Dying of starvation, right? That's the conflict. That's the problems that he has. You guys can watch the video next time. Essentially, anything to do that causes the character to potentially have a problem, a conflict, right? Whether they're going to starve to death, whether they're going to freeze to death, that is nature, right? Okay? Or even inner conflict, where they have a problem inside of their mind, where they can't decide between something, right? For a lot of your guys' personal narrative stories, you guys used inner conflict as your antagonist. What is your inner conflict? The day that I moved to a new school, I was very worried that I would not fit in. But, you know, as I went through the school life, I learned and I grew as a person. And it's very reflective and inner, right? Nobody on the outside said, haha, you will have a bad school, right? It was very much self-thought, right? Your conflict is you think it's bad, therefore you're scared. Someone didn't scare you, you scared yourself. Does that make sense? So that would be the antagonist in your story. But sometimes there are people, and they are the antagonist. They could be a villain, or they could just be someone who's a rival. Okay? Alright, Last one, supporting characters. So there are various different archetypes that basically show different types of supporting characters, right? You might have the wise old grandfather character who helps the young hero to become strong or to help train them, right? If you guys think of Lord of the Rings, maybe it is Gandalf. And then if you think about Harry Potter, it is Dumbledore, right? And then if you think about another one, what's one that you guys know of, other than those two?
Hobbit.
Hobbit is pretty much the same thing as Lord of the Rings. Same kind of story. What's another one?
Yoda.
Okay, Star Wars, we have Yoda, right? Luke is the hero, and then Yoda is the old person who helps train him to make him strong, to give him advice, right? This is all part of the hero's journey. This is one archetype that we use for supporting characters. Okay? Supporting characters are essential for storytelling because they add depth, contrast, highlight traits of the protagonist. You guys following along so far? So, what does that mean? Alright, so there are various ways that we can